Well, I want to start with Christopher, man. Obviously a big game, 7 tackles for you, a couple for loss. Tell me about your mindset coming into this one and trying to stop their rushing attack.
It's the same preparation we have each week. We don't take any opportunities for granted. But it also just goes with trusting everybody else, the other 10 guys just doing their job, and then just cleaning it up from there.
Yeah, Reed, you guys got it done on the ground per usual. That's kind of been the staple of this offense all year. Talk me through kind of what you guys were seeing out there on the line and how you were able to break up some holes.
Yeah, huge props to LaGrange's coaching staff. They're very multiple on defense, so that definitely makes the preparation a lot harder for us during the week. Just preparing for a lot of different looks so we can get out there. The coach score does a great job of getting us ready for that. So we kind of knew the calls that we had to make against each front, where the backers were and everything. So we just got to our calls. Huge shout out to the centers that get us to those calls. We were able to take care of their front seven.
And Coach K, a game against a very familiar opponent, someone you guys usually play every year. You spent a lot of time there in your career. Just kind of talk to me about what this one meant for you, getting it done in the playoffs this time.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. We've never played December football here. So this will be the first time in the program's history that we played football in December. So anytime you have an opportunity to have a first at anything, and I felt like for a lot of those times we've kind of exhausted all the firsts through the years, but now we have another one. And, to be able to coach these two guys and the rest of our 30-plus seniors at least one more week is pretty special. But I think, Reed said it. We haven't played a close game in like 10 weeks. And I mean, a huge shout out to LaGrange. I mean, I told our guys after the game, that was the same team 2 years ago. We beat 70-3. And to see how much better they've gotten, I mean, Coach Dodson, their staff, I mean, Reed mentioned they do some challenging things on defense with their blitzes. Offensively, I think they improved immensely up front, and to have number 11 run this Wildcat quarterback poses a lot of challenges. So it took everything we had today. So I mean, a huge shout out to them and how well they've been able to build that program over the last 2 years has been really amazing.
And Coach, you mentioned trailing at halftime. Obviously, that's uncharted territory for you guys. How are you able to rally your troops and get them ready for the second half?
Well, there's nothing that you can say as a coach to rally anything. We didn't want to panic at halftime. We looked at it. We had a ton of penalties in the first half, which is uncharacteristic of the way we play. So we needed to clean that up, and I thought we came out in the second half from the opening kickoff. We ended up running a counter on kickoff, got great field position, had a personal foul after that set us up in even better field position, and then we're able to punch it in and then take the lead. I think that was huge. And, I was kind of hoping after that, I was like, okay, here we go. And again, a credit to them. They just kept on battling. But to be able to get that score in the start of the second half was pretty important. But there's nothing that we said. I mean, again, we have a veteran crew here. Haven't been in that territory too often, but they're battle tested. And we always say around here, when the chaos comes, you revert back to your training, and our guys reverted back to their training.
Christopher, walk me through that fourth down play. You guys were on the goal line against the Panthers, and guy dropped back, throw the pass, had the chance with the tight end. What's going through your mind at that point?
Like I always talked about, just trusting our guys to do their jobs. I see my guy, nobody in my zone. So that was up to Bryson. He made a good play. He was in a great position. He knew the play call. He knew the routes that were coming. And he just made that play, and it was pretty awesome to see everybody just celebrate with each other and just get that job done out there, a tough fought win.
Coach, talk about you got the touchdown to start the second half. Like I said, big. Then the defense made 2 huge plays. You got the fumble in the third quarter, and then the fourth down stop. Just talk about your defense coming through. Like you said, it hadn't been in a whole lot of close games lately. Just to see your defense come through with those 2 big plays, how big was that?
Yeah, I think we created, what do we have, 3 takeaways? Could have had a fourth, with a penalty, but I mean, the 3 takeaways were huge. And, I don't think it was our best game on defense. It certainly wasn't our best tackling game, but again, that could be us, but I think there's a lot of credit to them. Their running backs run really hard. 11 is really tough to catch. And, we knew they were going to throw the ball to 18. It's a matter of stopping him. And he's hard to stop, but it was definitely a momentum changer in the second half to be able to get the turnovers and to be able to get the lead. And I think that just restored some confidence. I think we were wavering a little bit at halftime and a little bit stunned, but I think we got our second win in the second half. And, that fumble in the red zone was obviously a very big play when we were able to get that ball. We're just happy that we can survive and advance.
You talked about several years to me about getting this program back to where you feel like it deserved conference title, playoff win. I think it's first since 2018, right?
Playoff win?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And just talk about seeing this team achieve this, and obviously you're not satisfied yet, but to kind of get Barry back to where you feel like that they all belong.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in the locker room. You're either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. You can't stay the same. And we felt like with this group, because of the depth that we have an opportunity to make a big run. But it's got to happen one game at a time. And so we're excited to have an opportunity again next week. And we're most excited that it's here.
Reed, tell me a little bit about how you guys attack that defensive front. Obviously, you talked about all the different looks that they throw at you guys, maybe some things that you haven't seen this season. How did you guys combat that, especially with Marcus Head at the center position?
Marcus is incredible. He knows the playbooks like the back of his hand. He knows the running schemes like the back of his hand. And I always tell the centers, Riley and Marcus and Christian, you guys just tell me who to block, and I'll go block them. So it's just awesome having a quarterback, and a center that know the playbook, know what they're doing, are able to get us into the right protections in the pass game, and the right blocking schemes in the run game. So just hats off to them. That's the biggest thing, is just the way that we talk about communication in the offensive line room is it works inside to out. So the center talks first, and then the guards communicate, and then the tackles. So everything gets started at that center position. We have a lot of really, really good centers that have played a lot of football and are battle tested, and veteran guys. So that's the biggest thing that helps us.